Leonardo DiCaprio, from Hollywood heartthrob to global environmental leader. Leonardo Wilhelm DiCaprio was born on November 11, 1974, in Los Angeles, California. His parents, George DiCaprio, an underground comic book writer and distributor, and Ermelyn Indenbirken, a legal secretary, separated when Leonardo was just a baby. Despite their split, his parents stayed close and both played an active role in his life. His childhood was far from glamorous. He lived in a rough neighborhood in Los Angeles, surrounded by crime and poverty, which gave him an early awareness of life's struggles. From a young age, Leonardo was bursting with energy and creativity. His mother noticed he loved impersonating people, making up characters, and performing little shows in their living room. He once admitted that one of his earliest inspirations to act came from watching films like Taxi Driver and Midnight Cowboy, gritty, emotional stories that left a mark on him. His first taste of acting came through commercials, cheesy, low-paying gigs like promoting bubblegum or fast food chains. He soon got bit parts in TV series, but the real turning point came with his recurring role on Growing Pains in the early 1990s. Even then, he had an intensity in his performances that made him stand out. Then came What's Eating Gilbert Grape in 1993. Playing Arnie, a boy with an intellectual disability, Leonardo didn't just act, he disappeared into the role. His performance was so convincing that some viewers thought the studio had actually hired a non-actor with disabilities. At only 19 years old, Leonardo earned his first Academy Award nomination. Overnight, Hollywood realized this young man wasn't just another teen actor, he was a prodigy. The mid to late 1990s became Leonardo's launchpad. He played the tragic, romantic Romeo in Romeo and Juliet, 1996, a modern twist on Shakespeare's play, which made him a teenage icon. But nothing could compare to what was coming next, Titanic. In 1997, James Cameron's epic love story aboard the doomed ocean liner became the highest-grossing film of all time at that point. Playing Jack Dawson, the poor artist who falls for the wealthy Rose, Leonardo became an international sensation. Girls screamed his name, magazines plastered his face everywhere, and his life was forever changed. The Leo mania was so intense, he had to retreat from the public eye at times just to breathe. But Leonardo wasn't interested in being just a heartthrob. After Titanic, he deliberately chose roles that challenged him. Dark, complex characters in films like The Beach, Gangs of New York, and Catch Me If You Can. This was also the beginning of his long and fruitful collaboration with director Martin Scorsese, a partnership that would produce some of the most acclaimed films of the 2000s. Together, they worked on The Aviator, where Leonardo portrayed the brilliant but troubled aviation pioneer Howard Hughes. His dedication to authenticity was legendary, spending months studying Hughes' life, even replicating his quirks and mannerisms. Then came The Departed, a tense Boston crime drama that won Best Picture at the Oscars. They followed with Shutter Island, a haunting psychological thriller, and The Wolf of Wall Street, where Leonardo delivered an outrageous, unrestrained performance as stockbroker Jordan Belfort. Despite all these successes, one thing continued to elude him: the Academy Award for Best Actor. Time and again, he was nominated, but didn't win. It became a running joke in pop culture, yet Leonardo took it with grace, never letting it sour his dedication to the craft. That all changed in 2016. For his role in The Revenant, Leonardo endured freezing temperatures, ate raw bison liver, and carried a level of physical and emotional commitment that stunned audiences. The performance finally earned him his long-awaited Oscar. When he stood on stage, his acceptance speech wasn't about himself. It was about the planet. He spoke passionately about climate change, urging world leaders and everyday people to take action. This was no sudden interest. Leonardo had been an environmental activist since his early 20s. In 1998, he founded the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation, which has funded over 200 projects in more than 50 countries, supporting wildlife conservation, ocean preservation, and climate change initiatives. He's produced powerful documentaries like Before the Flood and Ice on Fire, and he's addressed the United Nations multiple times, warning that the time to act is now. Away from the cameras, Leonardo is famously private. He avoids oversharing about his personal life, preferring to let his work and his advocacy speak for itself. But his influence is undeniable. He's not only one of the most respected actors of his generation, but also one of the most recognized environmental voices in the world. Today, as he continues to take on bold, diverse film projects, Leonardo remains deeply committed to protecting the Earth. Whether he's on set, transforming into another unforgettable character, or speaking at a climate summit, his mission is the same: to inspire change and leave the world better than he found it. From a struggling kid in Los Angeles to a Hollywood legend and global activist, Leonardo DiCaprio's story is proof that talent, purpose, and perseverance can change not only your life, but the lives of millions.